but a lot of stress and a few games on top of it will be bypassed if they can win this right here, right now. North, bit of utility to kick things off on their T side. Flicking back and forth is Lekro. Surreal tagged down to 5. If we look at raw stats, Lekro has been one of their better players since joining the roster. Interestingly, the other player that has been shining is MSL. Not necessarily the player that you'd expect, but with the AWP has been doing a pretty solid job. Endpoint. Just before that smoke fully plumed, Crucial saw a player up on the ramp, and he kept tapping, and he got the most from that scenario. Now looking for more. Crucial getting a second. It's a post plant, but all the T's are falling. They're crumbling it down. And Cajun, try as he may, only has 1 kill up his sleeve. And Endpoint will have the first round in our 3rd map. Give me predictions, guys. Who do you think is winning this map? Obviously, the first round going to Endpoint may skew some of your opinions. I mean, pistols are vitally important at the best of times. You think it's 90-10 in North's favor? Interesting. Robin tagging his opposite Swede of Lekro through the smoke, taking a bunch of damage himself, but there are more players there to bypass any aggression, but it hasn't really worked out for them as AZ just charges straight up the ramp accompanied by a flashbang. Besting Mighty Max, an incendiary tossed out from Robin just to take some control over side. Not to allow these pesky T's to fully impose their will on the CT side. Looking to boost up, seeing a couple of players. Sees them again. Needs to be careful he doesn't overstay his welcome, Flamesy, because he will get took down if he's not careful. Flashbangs tossed into position. AZ stands tall, but he is knocked down by Flamesy's FAMAS, who's going in for more and is finding it alongside Crucial. This time they deny the bomb plant. But they bypass the glills, they bypass the buy, and any dangers and threats that come alongside it. Well played by Endpoint. North did force into the round, of course, so they will be looking at a niko now. Flamesy hasn't had the stature of the best of 3 as he did yesterday. Not to say that he's played bad at all. Oh my god, that grenade is an absolute nuclear warhead that's landed on ramp. Massacring and slashing away the HP bars. AZ now 2 kills to his name, has done a really good job, all things considered, but this is where the round comes to an end. Its natural conclusion, it was never looking like it would go the way of the Danes, plus Lekro. So 3-0 to the good, but North now have full AK-47s. And a whole bunch of grenades behind them. Crucial taking the initiative with the aggressive angle with the AWP, waiting to see if Cajun or MSL dare peek him. Getting one, and a beautiful setup for Surreal, making sure that once that bullet comes out the chamber, out the barrel of the gun from the AWP, the Crucial doesn't get pressed upon. They have it locked down. And that bait and switch works to perfection, but AZ and Lekro's just raw entry. Nothing finessed about that, just raw, brutal strength and power. And now it might be Surreal that will feel the sting as the bullet passes between his eyes and through the back of his head. Flamesy, good spray through the wooden panels. Gets one back, it's a 2v2, the HP favoring Endpoint for the time being, but it is a post plant. Robin can perhaps rummage his way around the back of the 2 Ts. and catch them by surprise as Flamesy continues to make a nuisance of himself. Gade can hear them footsteps. And although Robin's got the first, Gade instantly answers back. Underarm flash over the top, completely blinding Robin, who was trying to defuse the bomb in amongst all the chaos. And Gade does not allow that to come to fruition. Sprays him down, and North with their first round. They can also rebuy behind that. The damage inflicted to Endpoint in these previous rounds, even though they were winning, they were losing, they were taking casualties. Kind of grim to see that after winning 3-0, the second you lose, you're down to an MP9, an AWP, and 3 Desert Eagles. That's rough to watch. That just goes to show that North have been down but never fully out at the start of this game. Mighty Max and Flamesy slither their way into a peak, and they get decapitated by Lekro's spray. Favorite team to watch? I don't really have a favorite team. I know it seems like a cop-out answer, but I typically just like watching good, fun Counter-Strike. And I suppose the team that more often than not delivers on that is Furia. I think Art is such an entertaining player to watch. The most entertaining player in the world as far as I'm concerned. And I think his style and his philosophy of Counter-Strike is shown within Furia. I think it's part of their DNA, and it makes Furia a really fun team to watch. Now, sometimes they get banged out by teams they probably shouldn't, because they might go too aggressive, or they might make some fairly, you know, head-scratching moments, to say the least. But I think, by and large, Furia are just a very, very fun team to watch right now. But they'll definitely be up there. Shot from Surreal, follows up with another one. Looking like he may keep this AWP alive after all, but that's really the only thing that they can play behind. Curious to see if Surreal uses this. He's not typically one of their primary AWPers. It'll be crucial, or Max has picked it up a few times as well. But the fact that he has Kevlar may suggest that they say, nah, this is on you. Plus, he also has the best spawn in the team if they want to peek down ramp, if they want to peek in middle. So it suggests that Surreal, who was looking like he did want to drop it to Crucial, it seemed to me, has probably given the green light to go and peek. Let's see what he gets done. That's why. Best spawn converts into the kill. Now, the problem is, behind that opening pick, there isn't really a great deal. It's all bark and very little bite. They have 2 HEs, but speaking of grenades, AZ's tossed his downrange and lands into the pocket of Mighty Max. Ooh, that's a blistering headshot from AZ, and down goes Surreal. How far will he fall before the microphone? The microphone? The cam actually changes. Let's have a look. Is he literally going to hit the floor? Bruh. Oh no. Just splatters and craters. Dead before impact. Good cleanup from North. Not sure why I said microphone. Maybe because some people have been asking me what mic I use. I think I got confused in my tired state. Oof, someone just got timed out for 12,000 seconds. Get absolutely wrecked. I'm pretty sure that's somebody that was spoiling, by the way. Listen, guys, if you haven't noticed already, if you spoil in chat, my mods will have that ass. They will. Because you're a bell end. And you deserve to get banned or timed out. Some people actually want to watch this game and not be spoiled, you know? It's a crazy idea, but there you go. Now, we do have weapons on both teams. Crucial. Putting the FAMAS to use alongside Robin. Lekro will get the upper hand onto Robin afterwards, but now the flashes have subsided. There's maybe a way forward. That door has been closed. Not really closed, more slam shot. Flames, Z, sorry, pardon me, will be dropping the bomb out. pushing through that smoke does suggest he probably would get dispatched by leikkeet because he sat there watching and waiting. With a minute left, there's no need to play aggressive for the T's. They could even feasibly flank all the way around the back of the CT. So these are the kind of mind games that could be coming in, and that's why Flamesy decided to go for the push. Now it's down to Surreal, 1v2. leikkeet, low, has been fragged, tries to spin across and transition into the head of Cajun B, but comes up short. North take the lead and knock down the economy of Endpoint. AZ entry is against pistols on Endpoint, and they are struggling to really stand toe-to-toe now against their Dane and Swedish counterparts. I know some of you in chat were pretty adamant that North would be firm favourites come Vertigo. Some of you said this at the very beginning of the match. You thought it would go 3 maps, and if it went to a third, North would be firm favourites, and maybe we're starting to see why. That T side seems well oiled. They're getting into this A site time and time again. Damage being inflicted through the smoke on both sides of the spectrum, but it will favour North. Already players ahead, firepower is brimming to the fullest. 3 players are very low. It's somewhat surprising that not a single one of North have fallen down as of yet. 2 HP for Gade, 34 on MSL and 30 on leikkeet. And they do successfully move out of the round without any casualties or loss of life. So, let's see if this buy will fare any different. I would expect to also see that Endpoint might call a timeout soon if things don't work out in this round. Because remember, they did win the pistol. So that's 3 rounds, including the pistol. Oh, big entry again from leikkeet. We've seen this play before. Crucial through the smoke. Flicks to the head of MSL, bit of overkill. Over 400 damage comes into play. Where the T's have still made a move, looking to pulverize and smash the site one more time. Good grenade from Robin. North planting the bomb. Bit of pyromania in their eyes, hoping to torch this site sooner rather than later. Molotov's now starting to dissipate. Another one tossed in towards the back, but it's too deep. It's not going to affect the CT. They're still moving in. They're still getting close. They're still landing flicks in the form of Crucial. And it falls to Cajun B, but there's not much he can do about it. They do have a kit, actually, in Mighty Max, but there's enough time to go for the full defusal. Gives them a chance to pick up AKs and maybe pick up a few more scraps of grenades. So good work by Endpoint, successfully safeguarding the B side of the map with that retake. Oh no, why is Tobin mentioned Battlefield, Jesus Christ, Battlefield, Battalion 1944. Why has he done that? Why has he reminded me? Nice effort from Crucial, does get tanked down though to 33 HP. Flames deciding to go through there, and Flamesy does strike with 1. leikkeet answering back, not for the first time, going aggressively in this position, and they line up for a double headshot. The Swede scintillating his team towards a potential 6th round that kind of comes out of nowhere. It was looking like Endpoint had this one locked into position. And instead, Mighty Max about to walk into a Cajun B that was ready, willing, and able to dispatch of round 10. So, Deagles again. Go on, Robin. Do it. A lot of trust being shown from the teammates there, because Flamesy wasn't far off from landing a headshot on his teammate, which would have been very awkward. Underarm smoke for Surreal, waiting for the T's to push through, using that smoke so very well. Surreal, that is a beautiful play. North nearly walking into the trap, but now it's been sprung again. Flamesy's Deagle directing death towards North. And there's simply nothing they can do about this. Gade is last man standing. 2 AK-47s have now been picked up to be used against the oncoming T's. And you can scrap the plural from that, because it's singular. It's Gade. He has plenty of HP. He has utility, but he does not have control of the bomb. They know he has to push onto this side. First kill does go his way. Running out of ammunition, though. Molotov tossed in. 30 seconds to play with. Just being careful that he's not being flanked. Now that he realizes that may not be the case, he has to roll the dice. He has to go in for this. Gets sprayed through the smoke instantly from Robin. That's always the downside of pushing up the staircase, because it's such a close-knit claustrophobic angle, and there's only a certain amount of positions that you can feasibly be pushing up there. When the smoke comes down, why the hell not spray through? There's a very good chance you land at least a couple of bullets and potentially just outright kill him. So, nice try from Gade. But Surreal's Deagle work was so very good. And North are knocked back down another peg. They have to try and come back into this game. I mean, they've had a decent half so far, but Endpoint, credit to them, have often looked down, but just held on for dear life. MSL fine to just stay in position. There's flashbangs landing on both teams, and that smoke is doing more harm than good to Robin at this point. He couldn't see MSL, who's now pushing into the smoke as well. Robin finally gets his man, but Gade's there with the Deagle. And a great map on overpass. And it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. Another headshot forthcoming. Banishing more CTs. And Surreal alongside Crucial. In a very difficult situation. Time. Realistically, go for anywhere on the map for North. I mean, they could double or triple fake this easily. And Endpoint may be rotating so many times, their heads are going to be spinning all over the place. They're going to be dizzy. Let's have a look how Endpoint are actually playing this. So Crucial still on the A site. Surreal staying on B. Not fully committing onto the B side. You can see he's just watching the tight angle. Now the Molotov's coming in. He can feel a little bit more safe about pushing onto the site and using that smoke to his advantage. Pulled off a miracle Deagle play last round. Does he have it up his sleeve with an M4? Good Molotov tossed in. Surreal with the first. Bomb gets dropped down. 25 seconds left for the T's to make something happen. Slight gap in the smoke, and he sees the shadow. Executes onto Gade, and now it's down to Lekro. The man on 34 HP. With 15 seconds. and control of the bomb. Faking the bomb. Crucial not buying it. Crucial landing the deagle. And Endpoint take their second round in a row that could have easily gone the way of North. Once again, Surreal having impact. It seems when you put this guy with his back against the wall, he plays some of his best Counter-Strike. And now North. They have to dip back to the Eagles. They have to take a step back financially. Max in pursuit of some kills. He's had a bit of a slow start to this one. That's his second kill on the board now. And Surreal gift wrapped that kill from AZ. North just slowly being eroded. Down players, down HP bars, and down rounds. They will trail again. Endpoint started Vertigo with the pistol round. They started in pretty solid fashion. Then North came back. And now Endpoint having that second wind. 3 players over 10 kills. Flamesy, Surreal, Crucial. Meanwhile on North, Lacro 15 and AZ on 11. There's AZ again, speak of the man. Big entry frags, like that in the smoke. Robin makes the most of it, but it's at cost of his HP. And that grenade actually misses. He wanted to bounce it off the little girder down the ramp. Instead it misses and just flies out of the skyscraper into the nether realm. To be fair, even if it did land off the girder, no one was there to catch it. North looking to mangle onto the site, dissolve any CTs up here that are laid wait. Crucial joined alongside Robin. The two of them perched at the back of the site. You have the AWP in play, looking to push towards side. With this many grenades being tossed in, Endpoint will have a pretty good idea as to what's coming up. Flashbang over next. Gade will be pushing behind that with his teammate. Smoke's in play. Plays at the back of the site, but it's a spray through the wall and the smoke from Gade. And Flamesy is sent down a notch. He's subdued. AZ in the meanwhile, though, has also been put down. But Robin and Mighty Max feeling pretty vulnerable. Both under 20 HP. Mighty Max needs a kill, and he needs one quickly. But he decides better of this. He's pulling the plug. And he's giving the call across the Crucial as well. Their economy is in position that they actually could buy into the next round regardless of this. And it is the last round of the half, but it may just be that they want to prioritize more with this AK. As opposed to having to rebuy again. They could even pick up a second AWP if they want. I'm not sure how advisable that is on Vertigo. We'll see what they want to go for. They do want to go for a second AWP. They picked it up for Surreal. And Crucial's just dropped an M4 as well, so it allows Surreal to go for a peek. They may even try and juggle this M4. I'm really curious to see what they do with this. They may juggle the M4 and allow Crucial or Surreal to dip back in towards the CT spawn. One of the good parts of that when it comes to Vertigo is it's quite a small map and there's very quick rotations between the two sites. So if the AWP has a shot, misses, and you're in like a post plant or a clutch situation, cool, we have an extra M4 at spawn. They know that's the case. You have money, you may as well use it. After this round, the half is done. They didn't juggle the M4, but they know exactly where it is. Crucial, watching over on the B side of the map, but it's actually Surreal that peeks down. I don't know why my camera just randomly changed there. But it will be Surreal and the rest of his teammates locking it down with Robin spraying in with the M4. Cajun B, Lecro and Gade. One more time. I have to try and annul this partnership that is being locked in from Endpoint. Certainly the odds favoring them to be leading at halftime. Not for the first time. North occupying A. It's a bit of a meme, isn't it, on Vertigo? Most of the time, where are you going to end up? It's going to be the A site. What? Excuse me? Molly in. Out come the plays. Surreal instantly shooting Cajun B and Robin dropping the bomb. That's the round done. That's the half done. Endpoint will have an 8-7 lead. See you, Surreal. Dustin Dualism, are you guys ready, by the way, after this, to get that jewel on? Because I'll probably have like 2 minutes to go get a drink and stuff, and then we'll probably start it up before it gets too late. I'm just chilling. I've been casting now for like what, 7 hours or something, so I'm trying to stay somewhat alive and awake at the moment. Do apologize. Thanks a lot for sticking with the stream, guys, over the 2 best of 3s. We have another 2 tomorrow. Another 2 best of 3s coming at you tomorrow here on the channel, so hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. Not entirely sure who it is yet. I'll try and let you guys know by the end of the stream. Okay. So, final half of this best of 3. Unless we get into all those overtime shenanigans. And the way this game has been going, I wouldn't completely write that off as being possible. But we will have to wait and see if Endpoint can extend this. Oh, could be a technical issue. I mean, I don't think you're calling a tactical timeout right at the beginning of the second half. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. There we go. Let's do it. So the map so far, 16-10 to Endpoint on train, 16-10 again to North on overpass, and 8-7 at halftime to Endpoint on Vertigo. The deciding map continues right now. Crucial Dropping the bomb to his teammates at the bottom of the site. They have 3 Molotovs. Not something you see too often on the T side. In a pistol round. Looking to try and pop flash in, but Flamesy has been put out of his misery by AZ. And having seen nobody else behind Flamesy, I think they realize what's coming up, especially now as a hail of gunfire opens up from Glocks. And they're going to be pushing in, but Gade with 3 more. He's been so good these last 2 maps in particular. It all kind of came apart at the seams, didn't it? And the pistol round gets shattered by North. Wasn't even close. Light gap in the smoke, allowing Flamesy to have a quick look with his deagle. Oh my god, that double nade nearly killed Lekro. Grenades blowing up in tandem. 15 HP left for Lekro. Needs to be very careful, but we have the benefit of knowing is there are no more HEs behind that. So as long as he hides behind pillars and has a bit of backup, he should be okay. Good spray down from MSL. Had a slow start to this game. I think he finished the first half on 3 kills. And his head has just been caved in from Mighty Max, the opposite IGL. Also having a bit of a struggle of a game up to his 5th. North making moves to try and defend the fallen bomb. And Mighty Max dodging bullets left and right, but Lekro puts the final bullet into the head with the MP9, so he gets a fair chunk of cash reward and also upgrades his weapon on top of it. Mate, tea and coffee are both trash. Trash. Hey, thanks Yog Dog for the resub. Appreciate that, dude. Gonna be a complete massacre, isn't it? They just dismantled over the fire and the flames. Their feet put to the coals as they burn alive. Thank you for the gifted sub, Ozen. Cheers, dude. Thanks a lot for the follows as well, guys. Endpoint seeing if they can afflict some damage over onto either of these sites. Deal with the defenders. Instead, it's Lekro just over the smoke. Dispatching of Surreal. AZ aggression getting 2, and that's the bomb that drops. Wait. Did the bomb just drop off the map? I need to check this. Bruh. What? Mate. Valve? Are you okay? What the hell did Endpoint do now? It was at this moment they knew that they didn't even fuck up, just the game did. It's at this moment they knew they were boned. Look, he's like, please give me the bomb. Why is it down there? That's outrageous. What do you do if you're Endpoint right now? Like, there's nothing you can do. You just have to save your AKs. Mate, that's outrageous. Well, let's be honest. The damage had already been inflicted enough that it's very unlikely Endpoint would win the round from that point. But that has to be incredibly stressful and frustrating if you're an Endpoint. Because regardless of however many players you're down, these players always believe they can win any given situation. And that feels like something that's just been stolen away from you. I just drink water. And Endpoint just put that very dark moment to the back of their mind and ignore what just happened. Can they bounce back? Can they weather the storm? Or will MSL just smash them through a smoke? Well, it's looking a little bit grim. Sprayed up through the girder. And now Robin goes in with his AK. Mighty Max alongside him. And now I'm seeing chat reacting to the bomb dropping down on the elevator shaft. Mate, that is so brutal for Endpoint. Working as intended, guys. Endpoint straight back in for another buy. Lecro 22 and 14, by the way. How many ABR is he currently on? Although it does kind of bug, doesn't it? It says that he's on 77. I feel like he's on way more than that, but it's because it resets at halftime. Mate, as if Steven Seagal streams just followed me. I would pay top dollar to see big Steven Seagal stream. That would be an absolute blast. Out come Endpoint up the ramp. Looking to pick up some pace. Up the steep climb. Maybe the decline will be a whole lot better. A post plant potentially on the cards, although plenty of grenades have now been tossed in from the CTs, including an incendiary, stopping and blockading any possible plants. Shielding off the site with grenades, but now they've cleared. I'll make the most of it. Gate tagged, but not dropped. More grenades tossed in. Max down to 31. A flick from MSL. And it's looking good for North potentially retaking this, but still 4 players for them to fend off against, and all of them, barring Max, are healthy, including an AWP. Max has now been sprayed down alongside Crucial. Robin stands his ground, but only for an extra second, and there it comes. The retake is good, and North cruise to a 13-8 lead. I don't know how much of this comes back to that bomb drop. When it's getting on some of these players. I mean, for Flamesy, what time is it in Israel right now? Probably like 11 or 12 o'clock at night. It's getting late. The guys have been playing for a long time. That's the kind of stuff that can take your concentration off track a little bit. Molly's being tossed in. Here comes AZ. Good flashbang tossed preceding the peak. But Max puts him down. Lays him to rest. Endpoint now have to deal with Gade. Peeking around the corner. Hefty damage dealt to Robin, who still stands but the bomb in an awkward position. It could be untenable as Lekro and Cajun B both find themselves kills, and now Flamesy gives his position away, but it's at the cost of a life. Lekro with a bit of an off angle, and it pays out beautifully for him. As it will for North. 6-round lead. I would imagine that bomb drop got clipped a lot of times. It'll probably be on Reddit if I had to guess. It's not something you see really ever. Thank you for the gifted sub, Ozen. So where do Endpoint go from here? They need to cultivate some carnage. They need to try and build a comeback. They have done it already in this tournament. They did it against Movistar. We casted them yesterday. Even within this map, it's been a bit topsy-turvy at times. Damage lumped upon Cajun, down to 4 HP. Not many weapons or grenades to really crowbar their way into this round and get in the faces of North. They only use the smoke to bridge the gap. Crucial, solid headshot, looking for another one. AZ goes down to the hands of Crucial, and the Dutchman wants to deny any further round from taking shape for North. One kill, but both of them get tapped up through with Deagles, leaving MSL 1-on-3. The money could justify a retake. They can buy another AWP, but does he want to give this AWP away to the T's? That's the other issue he has to think about. And if the T's don't move out of position and just hold in, this is going to be a very difficult ask from the Danish IGL. As soon as he fires one shot off, he's going to be swarmed upon from these other two T's. Misses his chance. That should be the call to pull the plug. He will not be clutching this round. But it looks like he should be able to hold on to the AWP at least. And maybe the bomb will finish off Surreal, who needs to get the hell out of there right now. Mighty Max also pulling the plug. Both of them survive, and Endpoint with their first round in a while. Endpoint not done just yet. MSL with the saved door. Not far off connecting, but didn't even get a tag, let alone the kill. Goes back in speculatively, looking for a side peek, and nothing is really coming up from the other team. Endpoint are happy enough to just turtle in for the time being. Now they're moving up. Surreal leading the charge. Headshot delivered. MSL still. You can see from his perspective, he's desperate. He wants to get forward, but he knows that this angle is great. He can see two separate angles of aggression at once. Up through the ramp, but also up through the scaffolding. And with the jumping player showing his hand, MSL pulls the trigger and brings it back to a 4-on-4. The downside for Endpoint, even though it's a 4-on-4, they have taken so much damage in the form of Crucial and Surreal that they are limping their way over towards middle. They may be trying their hand momentarily towards the B side of the map, but they decide against it. More of a fake rotation. Now this fake has been successful. It only sees AZ by himself. There are kits, there are a couple of flashbangs, but in terms of getting to the site, they should be okay. AZ also smashed up Robin through the smoke. as Surreal's been finished off, but Crucial instantly back in with the AWP, living up to his name, keeping the dream alive, keeping this round alive. Big shot onto Lekro, and it stops the side's attack in its tracks. Agent tickling the bomb, trying to draw out the D's, but be careful what you wish for. Crucial will not miss. His third in the round, and he could be on for a fourth if AZ peeks him. And AZ does, and Crucial quads up. And with that quad kill, Endpoint take 10. North will be able to replenish their fallen weapons. Will they be able to keep that confidence, though, filled up, or has some of it just seeped out? This game is poised for a pretty special ending. After looking like it would be incredibly one-sided, after Endpoint have had some truly unfortunate circumstances fall upon them with the bomb, they're still in the fight. And if they were to win this round, it would maybe put North into eco territory, or of a half by nature. But this game may have a couple more twists left in it yet. For those Endpoint believers, there's still something to be happy about. There's still something to grab onto. Endpoint in the meanwhile, though, need to be careful, because North are not to be trifled with. They will punish you if you overextend. We have seen this happen many times already in this best of 3, as a hail of grenades finds its way to the back of the B site. Nobody home. Looking to boost up through Crucial. That grenade, though, is so brutal. Crucial still going to go up and have a quick peek. Finds himself a player in the form of MSL, but can't flick quick enough to contend with the opposition IGL. Molly towards scaffolding. Stopping Flamesy in his tracks. 30 seconds. Endpoint have decimation in their eyes. Looking to cancel this defense. 20 seconds to play with. AZ using the off angle. Using the little alcove. And the barometer of how this round goes does not look like it's looking particularly good for Endpoint. A bit uneven. A bit shaky. But AZ's aim is surgical in nature. It is precise. Crucial. Got a 4K a couple rounds ago. He could be on for the same mark again. It could be a 1v3, but that smoke could take him out of the game. However, time is ticking away. They need to get on top of this quickly. Crucial keeps tapping, keeps trying, keeps missing, and he's going to lose his life. And the round will be salvaged from North. You could see a way in for Crucial to maybe take that round back. But to be fair to North, the two of them played it so well. They baited him out, they used the utility perfectly, and Crucial could do little but cross his fingers, close his eyes, and hope for the best. And his prayers were not answered. 5 match points. 5 qualifying points for North. Coming back from behind after losing the first map. But it might not be done just yet. Surreal and Flamesy have something to say about that. We go again. North will not want to go for this. You look at their economy. That pretty much answers the question of whether they want to retake. It's a resounding no. He's doing a good job of making this sting. Can replenish the 2 fallen weapons, but a little bit more costly than they were anticipating or hoping for, and it's not really ideal to have an M4A1S on the T's hands. North may very well pull the plug and not force behind this, so there could be a bunch of players without head armor. The M4A1S really does shine brightest. But with that bomb detonation sound, that rings in an 11th round for Endpoint. Just 4 behind now. We have seen comebacks greater than this already happen today. We know it's very possible. They have the CT's economy in rough shape, and North have gone for a buy. North have gone for a buy, at least for Cajun. While the rest of the troops follow the call, they may be just going for more of a half buy here, actually. I think it's more of a half buy. I'm not sure if Cajun meant to buy the head armor, because he's now dipped very low. So even in the next round, honestly, it's not going to be great if they do concede here. AZ kicking things off with a whole bunch of kills. Surely not like this, Endpoint. Not one of the worst buys that North have had. Are you really going to let this happen? Surreal down to 1 HP. He's the last man, but for how much longer? Being pressured, pushed, pincered, probed by North. The tests have not been passed. And Surreal now has got to 1v3 on a lowly 1 HP. A gust of wind would end him at this point. And we're pretty high up on Vertigo. Don't put it past Mother Nature to get the last laugh. Surreal has the bomb. One of the few things going for him. Molly out onto the boxes. He should be able to get the plant, but it's all about what happens afterwards. Smoke. The safe passage. Still perched up, but Lecro coming round the back. Cue the Jaws music. He could be the player that finalizes this entire map and sees North take it 2-1. Surreal in a very off angle. Has to risk it. Has to go for the gamble. You can't fault him for this. But now his back to the box has to be his final resting place. And he is entombed on the site. The successful retake will come through. And that will be all she wrote for this best of 3. It was pretty close as well, mind you. Cajun B nearly didn't get this defuse, but North get it done. They qualify for the